Welcome to the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Here's your host, Morgan Colby and Rick Lemon.
What's going on, Fantasy Champs? My name is Morgan Colby. I got Rick Lemon on the other side of the courtroom screen.
What's going on?
And we have another wonderful, good old show to get to today. It should be fun. It should be vibrant and exciting content, I guess. Last show we did 40 minutes, I think it was. It's almost 15 minutes more than what we wanted to. No, is that right? Yeah, that's right. My math is correct. Doing Draymond Green math over here. Took
Draymond Green.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome to the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Today, we are doing a mock draft 3.0 out of 12 that I've now scheduled for the year. So we're gonna break down a lot of different draft strategies, a lot of different paths and formats even for redraft drafts, and try to get you guys as prepared as you possibly humanly can be for your whatever type of draft that you have. I don't know that you can mock draft a keeper league though. Is that a thing?
I don't. That's kind of hard to do because it's different for every league. But yeah.
But anyway, so we're gonna do our mock draft 3.0. We'll explain the details in a second. Before we do, check out our website, fantasychampions.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and any other podcasting platforms. Please leave a review on those platforms and share with your friends. And then if you're watching on YouTube, it would be awesome if you could subscribe, click the bell for notifications, like, and then comment down below any questions you have pertaining to the season or the mock draft, I should say, not the season. All right, Rick, are you ready to get this party started?
I am.
All right, so for this draft, we're going to do PPR, 12-team again, and we will do some 10-team, and we will do some we won't do any 14-team. Sorry. That's unacceptable. Too many people. That would hurt my brain, honestly, if we added 2 more people to our home league.
Yeah, that would. 14 is actually insane. I'm not going to lie.
That would be too many. Although I reasonably could do it.
Yeah,
I could do it.
It would be kind of annoying, though.
Enough people to steal from my trading.
Yeah.
Either way. So we're going to do a 2-quarterback PPR 12-team draft. So 2-quarterback obviously is about as equivalent as it gets to superflex. But you actually have a second quarterback. Now, somebody leave it in the comments if you think this is a good idea or not. But there's somebody in our home league right now that thinks we should get rid of tight ends and replace that spot with a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
I don't know. That's kind of interesting.
I know
that's a big change.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But either way. All right, so I have pick 6. Rick has pick 7. Come on, dude.
You want me to do this one instead?
No, go back. So it's funny that we're going to do a 2-quarterback league, but not have any of the quarterbacks left on the board over here.
Yeah.
So anyway, we want to get it started?
Yeah, we could get started.
All right, sleeper. There you go. All right, so first off the board, we had Jonathan Force of habit. It was not Jonathan Taylor. It was Josh Allen.
Flip me.
Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Those guys generally in regular redraft leagues, not 2-quarterback, go off probably in the first 3 rounds anyway. After this pick, though, there's a couple of different quarterbacks that you can go with. I'm curious, Rick, who you would go with at my spot. Because we got Herbs, we got Justin Herbert, we got Kyler Murray, we had Dak, Russ, Stafford. So who would you go at the 1-6?
I'm not telling you. because I have one guy ahead of the. I mean, I think it's obvious that it's got to be somebody. I'm not gonna say anything until
it's like it's obvious that somebody has to get drafted here.
There's a tier.
Just give me initials.
I'm not telling you because you're gonna take them.
All right, so
I'll say it after.
All right, you'll say it after. I have these guys actually are. It's between Justin Herbert and Kyler Murray, obviously.
Yes,
these two guys are actually very close to me.
Sure, that's fair.
But one rushes.
Okay.
And the other one kind of rushes. But is more prolific of a passer.
That is also true.
Let me know in the comments, guys, what pick.
I'm okay with whoever you pick here because to me, I'll at least say this: Herbert and Kyler Murray are in the same tier, and I think there's a drop off. I would take both of these guys ahead of Burrow and Lamar.
Interesting. Yeah. I think personally,
maybe not Lamar, but definitely Burrow.
Personally, I have to go with Justin Herbert.
Yep, that's probably who I would have taken.
I think Herbert has to be what Mahomes does fantasy wise.
Yes. Yep. Not a bad pick at all. I'm gonna go Kyler though. So I'm totally.
Now your pick would have been Herbert.
Totally okay with.
Right.
Yeah, I would have taken Herbert as well.
Just
yeah, it did. It screamed in my ear.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it's close there. I'm totally fine with Kyler Murray at the 1.7 though. I think he has QB1 upside, and I would take him over Burrow. And I think I would probably take him over Lamar too, but it would be a toss-up between those two guys. So yeah, very okay with Kyler there. After my pick, Cooper Kupp, Austin Eckler, Justin Jefferson, Dak Prescott, Najee Harris, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Dalvin Cook, Mark Andrews. Now, it depends on who you're drafting with. But in 2 quarterback leagues, in my experience, it's been different in both, or it's been different in every league. But some leagues, you'll see 11 of the first 12 picks in the first round as quarterbacks. Yeah. And then other leagues are like this, where there's a big player run. I did a superflex league, not my first superflex league, but I think it was one of my first superflex leagues a couple years ago. The first few rounds, it was more like this. There was a lot of players, non-quarterbacks. I think I drafted Dak actually in like the 4th round, which was really good value. So situations like this, for me personally, if I can get 2 top quarterbacks, I'm going to do it. Especially with what's on the board. I do love me some DeAndre Swift. I don't know if I would take him here. Joe Mixon as well would be my only 2 other guys I would consider. But if I can still get a top 10 quarterback, which I believe I can here, I will probably do. It's down to 2 quarterbacks for me personally. I don't know about you. Yes.
Russ and Hurts.
I would probably prefer in a vacuum, I think Russ, yeah. But the upside of Hurts is higher to me because of his rushing. I don't think Russ, at this point in his career, is going to do a lot of rushing at Denver.
I also feel like Jalen Hurts really quickly is like he could, and I had this. I drafted him last year in like the 9th round, so I had in a normal league, not in a super flex or 2 quarterback league.
Yeah,
I had this problem with Jalen Hurts though, where it was like you draft him, you put him on your team, you start him on a week-to-week basis, and then you hold your breath that they don't bench him.
Yep. I am going to say the difference though with last year and this year is a guy named AJ Brown. I think that will hopefully.
Wouldn't that make it more like if he?
Yes, it does. It makes it more nervous. But this is redraft. If it was dynasty, I would be way more concerned. But with redraft, I think, if Hurts sucks, I just bite the bullet, and it is what it is.
Okay.
Dynasty, it's a lot harder to do that. I'm gonna take Hurts, although it is close, and I leave you with Mr. Russell Wilson there.
I'm gonna take a different approach.
Oh.
So I was going to take a quarterback, but I feel like at the turn I can get a guy that I believe in.
Yeah.
That I like. I could even get like if say Tom Brady falls to my pick. at 3-6 because we're not talking about dynasty. We're not starting up a dynasty league right now.
Right.
So I could take Brady at 3-6 and then draft a younger guy, maybe a couple rounds from there that I think could be really good, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do, Rick, is I'm going to take your boy.
Oh, don't do it.
I'm going to take DeAndre Swift.
Ugh.
Love Swift.
Sure.
Would you rank Swift over Mixon? Because that might be a dumb pick, but we'll see.
I actually don't know. I like Mixon. they're right there. I might just because I'm on drugs with DeAndre Swift, but yeah.
All right.
Well, this fell perfectly for you, huh?
It did. If I want to go the quarterback, do I want to do that? That's the real question. So after my pick, we had Joe Mixon, Hill, Kelsey, Wilson, Chubb, Devontae Adams, Stefan Diggs, Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, and then Kyle Pitts. My God, Pitts, man. He's
a little high.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go quarterback because I'm not really excited about any of these guys. But I'm going to reach a little bit.
Oh.
I'm going to take Trey Lance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Over Brady and
Rodgers and Stafford.
Huh? Interesting.
Hey, if he ends up being good,
listen,
I'm good. There's no justification behind this pick, by the way.
Your pick for Dynasty looks amazing. Your team looks amazing for Dynasty. For redraft though, it's a risky one. That's a risky one. Yeah. It's not a bad pick, but let's see. Just based on who is available, I have my two quarterbacks. So now the reason I like doing this is because now I have two, in my opinion, top 8 fantasy quarterbacks, and now I can just build my team from here on out. And for redraft purposes, I think the best player available is probably Alvin Kamara here. Is as long as he's healthy, he's still the main guy. There really isn't anything that changes. The biggest concern with him is legal issues. Obviously, he was arrested, I think, in February?
Yeah. Jerry Jeudy?
So, yeah, I know. But as long as he's playing...
Is it Jerry Jeudy or Deshaun Watson? Who are you talking about?
Alvin Kamara.
Oh, frick. Jeez, all these people, man.
Yeah, I know.
Stay out of jail, please.
He only played in 13 games last year. He was still the RB8. And he had Trevor Siemian at quarterback for half the season. So with Winston back, I think he's probably the best available player. Maybe you could say Saquon. Maybe you could say Debo. But I think Kamara, for me, is probably the best available player. So I'm going Kamara. Now here we go with the run on quarterbacks. Yeah. Stafford, Brady, and Rodgers all win. Followed by George Kittle, Debo Samuel, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Darren Waller, Aaron Jones, and Keenan Allen. So, man, I probably would have been really okay with not taking Jalen Hurts there because there's still some good quarterbacks. Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Deshaun Watson could miss a huge chunk of the season, which for redraft would be huge. Derek Carr, who I've talked about, I do like this year. I think is probably good value here. But again, I got my quarterback, so I can kind of build my team. Looking at the guys available, there's a lot of options here. At wide receiver,
interesting.
I don't really love anyone. I think Mike Evans is probably the best available player. But I don't love him. I think Leonard Fournette as well is right there. The weight does kind of concern me, but both kind of gross though. Both are kind of gross. Man, this is kind of a hard one. I feel like. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Okay. I know who I'm doing.
Yeah, I know who you're doing too. Freaking A.
Who is it?
No, you pick him first.
I don't think it is who you think I'm taking because I hate this guy, but it's Mike Evans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can take Cam Akers. The reason I did that,
I thought you were going to take Akers.
This looks like it backfired.
Look at that running back run.
Horribly on me.
Go.
Oh my gosh. Backfired absolutely horribly on me. The reason I did that,
give your reasoning.
The reason I did that is because of the running backs available looked like at my next pick, but my gosh, did that backfire.
Okay, so after I took
all running backs.
So I have Herbert, Lance, Akers, Swift. And if Akers was going to be on the board there at 4-7, it was between him, Antonio Gibson, or David Montgomery for me. And I like Cam Akers the best out of all three of those guys. But if you had taken Akers, it probably would have been Monty.
Huh.
But anyway,
Really?
So after my pick, though, Breece Hall, Leonard Fournette, David Montgomery, James Conner, Ezekiel Elliott, Antonio Gibson, Metcalf, Travis Etienne, Josh Jacobs, and then Jalen Waddle came off the board.
It's funny because the guy I was looking at,
screwed.
I did get screwed, but it's okay.
You got Dobbins on the board.
Mm-hmm.
He's very silent right now. Should I do it to him?
You can do it because there's another player that I would easily take here.
Yeah, it's not a running back.
No, it's not.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. T. Higgins is going way too high.
I know it's the hype train with him. I like T. Higgins,
I
but
do too. But like, what are we doing here? All right, I need a wide receiver here. I'm going to reach a little bit and get myself Jerry Jeudy.
Oh. Well, that throws me for a loop. Okay,
just dropped Dobbins.
Yeah.
Was that what you were going to take?
I was going to take Deontay Johnson if you took Dobbins.
Okay.
But that's fine. Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, Derek Carr, DJ Moore at 6'1". I like that. Elijah Mitchell, Amari Cooper, TJ Hawkinson, Damian Harris. So I am glad I went running back because it's kind of gross. There are a lot of freaking quarterbacks here. And it's interesting because I feel like at this point, if we're not doing a mock draft, we're imagining this is a real draft. It's very hard to pass on Deshaun Watson at this point in the 6th round.
Yeah.
How long is he going to be suspended for? What's that situation look like? I don't know. I'm trying to read up on something. I guess the Browns could void guarantees for him. Yuck, it's so gross. Because if not, you could also look at Fields. There's some good players. I think there's some good receivers available here still, too. I would hate to go Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, but Godwin is expected to miss some of the season. Hollywood Brown's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of gross. I think I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson because now you look at my quarterback room, it's ridiculous. And I can trade one of those guys for a wide receiver or running back if I have to.
There is a lot of quarterbacks here. Cousins, Tua, Fields, Lawrence, like all of them. And I probably would take Fields here if I didn't take Lance.
Okay.
At 3-6. It's not a bad idea to have a third.
Take 2 flyers and hope one of them hits.
Because in a 2-quarterback league, it gets more challenging. You can't stream. All quarterbacks are gone. If you don't have the second one, you're screwed. But there was one guy that I did like here. Don't know if I should do it, though. I think I'm going to go Hollywood.
That's a good pick.
I was going to take Godwin, but I don't know how I feel about that. In the hopes that Justin Fields falls to me here at 7.
So it looks like he.
Let's do it, guys. This is
Wow, this would not happen though. There would not be like 7 quarterbacks available.
So after I took Marquise, Kenneth Walker, Treylon Burks, AJ Dillon, Dalton Schultz, Dallas Goedert, Brandon Cooks, Chris Godwin, Kirk Cousins, Amon-Ra, and then Mike Williams went off the board. I'm gonna take I don't know, man. I'm gonna take Justin Fields.
Okay.
I was gonna take Lawrence. Would you take Lawrence or Fields there if it was you?
I would take Fields. This is an interesting one because I think I'm so tempted to go Michael Thomas, but his injuries in his foot is just the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And depending on what the Rams do with Odell, I think I'm going to go Allen Robinson here. as my wide receiver too. I think as long as they keep the team as is and Al Robinson's the second guy, he's gonna have a really good season. So I like the player there. There's so many quarterbacks still available, and I'll get my other guy, Darnell Mooney, who is, I guess, kind of Al Robinson's replacement as the go-to guy with the Bears. He's one of my favorite guys this year, favorite sleeper receiver. I'm going to try to get him in pretty much every league I'm in. But after my Allen Robinson pick, it was Clyde, DeAndre Hopkins, Tua, Michael Thomas, Dawson Knox, Drake London, interesting, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, Cortland Sutton, Juju, and then I took Darnell Mooney, and you were back on the clock with 50,000 quarterbacks available.
And I take Bateman.
Good pick. Another good pick, yeah.
Yeah, so I take Rashad Bateman, only wide receiver left in Baltimore. He'll sit on my bench, and if he ends up breaking out, I'm okay with that. All the quarterbacks just went, so there goes any thought of screwing people right now. But Garrett Wilson, Zach Ertz, Renfro, Patterson, Pollard, Lawrence, Tannehill, Elijah Moore. That's a good pick too. Elijah Moore, Matt Ryan, Mac Jones, and then so you could go with another quarterback. I don't really need one here, so I think what I am probably going to do is take Brandon Ayuk.
Okay,
it's a good flyer pick in the 9th. I kind of like that.
Yeah, not bad. Here's where things get interesting for me. Would you say Adam Thielen at this point?
I was gonna
in redraft
throw him in that same conversation with Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, Gabe Davis though is interesting because he's got the way higher ceiling.
Don't do it. For what?
Because he's the second receiver on the team. There.
Is he though?
And he had 4 touchdowns in the playoff game. He had his
Don't
like
talk yourself
quote
into Gabe
breakout
Davis
game. I love Gabe Davis.
I should. That was so
risky.
definitive. I love Gabe Davis.
I'll go Adam Thielen. He's the safe pick.
I probably should like Gabe Davis, but I feel like we've done this before with him.
He just hasn't produced in the regular season yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost got him. He almost fell back to me. I'm going to take a guy that we mentioned in our last show, sleepers, because I need a third running back, and I'm going to take James Cook.
Oh, there you go.
There is a guy who's staring me right in the face.
Running backs over here. I need running.
I feel like I need a third running back, though.
I almost took a guy just to say frick you, but I didn't.
Devin Singletary is still available.
I know,
though.
that's what I was gonna say. Take Devin Singletary.
I didn't even see that.
One of our running backs will be good.
I said James Cook is like pre-envisioned. I would have taken Singletary if I saw him.
I actually like. Well, I'm. You know what I've noticed really quickly before we move on. I've been avoiding a lot of Pittsburgh players.
I have too. Other than Najee.
And
Deontay Johnson, I mean, I'd think about.
If Najee's on the board and I'm in that range, I take him. But I've been avoiding Deontay Johnson. I've been avoiding Chase Claypool.
Personally,
guys that I generally like.
Yeah, good players, but just the situation. I mean, Pickett has to have like a great rookie season for them to.
Well, I think he can support at least one wide receiver.
Right.
And a tight end. But I don't think he can do... I mean, look at what Ben Roethlisberger did last year, and he was bad. So, I mean, Pickett's
going to have to do what Mac Jones did last year.
Yeah. No, I
even
agree.
one.
And honestly, Pittsburgh's draft history, I don't doubt he can't.
Yeah, no, I don't either, but...
So... If it was last year, I mean, I smashed Claypool all day. I don't know how I feel about that situation. Later in the draft, though, I probably would take, I forgot we don't have tight ends here. Probably should take a tight end.
Yeah, that is true. I don't have a tight end either.
I forgot about the tight end position. All right, I'll do that now. Let's do it now. Gronk is still getting drafted. Good luck with that, everyone. And then the Albert Akukwambo Gongo, whatever the frick his name is.
His hype has at least died down.
He's died down a little bit, but can we stop with that? I'm gonna take Cole Kmet. No one else there in Chicago, and I pegged him as a breakout 1 year too early, but Cole Kmet is sitting in a situation in Chicago now where he could 100% be the second option in the passing attack, behind Darnold.
He is the second option.
He is
I
the
don't
second
know.
option.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe David Montgomery's ahead of him, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's just there's no receivers there, and for a young quarterback like Justin Fields, who still looks like he's trying to get comfortable throwing the ball, tight ends, running backs are going to be, and dump off passes are going to be a featured part of his passing attack. So I think Cole Kmet could have a really, really good season this year. I like him as my tight end. I actually don't mind Noah Fant either, by the way. Everyone kind of has just like run 1,700 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And I think he could be okay. I mean, look what he did with crappy quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So what's to say he can't do it with another crappy quarterback? No? Anyway, so we had Olave, Lockett, Singletary, Carter, Russell Gage. That's a good pick too.
Russell Gage?
Melvin Gordon. Yeah, he's well, never mind.
Over Claypool and Robert Woods and Christian Kirk? I don't know.
Over Claypool, Robert Woods, and Christian Kirk. Don't know about that. But I do like
he's a good sleeper, but
10 to 12, 11 pick. Shut up, Rick. You distract me. I'm going to take... There really isn't anyone left. I'm gonna take another quarterback. I'm gonna go with no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. That would be an unwise decision. The quarterbacks available right now: Goff, Davis Mills, Kenny Pickett, Mariota, Trubisky. So this is it. You want a quarterback? You get it here.
Yuck.
Who else is a backup?
Yuck.
I'm probably gonna go wide receiver, and I'm going to take a flyer on a rookie wide receiver and take Sky Moore.
Oh, okay.
We got to speed this up. Lightning round. I'm running out of time.
I'll take Michael Gallup, a wide receiver 2 on the Cowboys now.
That is a good pick, but I was worried about injury.
Yeah, I think he should be fine to start the year, but we'll see. Then Isaiah Spiller, Jameson Williams, Rahamond Stevenson, Rojo, Tyler Boyd, Kadarius Toney, I was thinking about too, as well as Allen Lazard at 12-1 and 12-2. Gronk gets drafted at 12-3. Interesting. Christian Watson, 12-4. Hunter Henry, 12-5. Let me see who is available. I guess I can go Noah Fant here, even though it's really gross. But I'm kind of in agreement with you. It's just, I think Geno, like when Noah Fant had bad quarterback play, he was okay.
Yeah.
So you're just hoping that he's okay in Seattle. That's really all it is.
Unless if we get
they get a quarterback, then it changes things.
Yeah, we get a quarterback over there.
Yeah, it's
Jimmy
it's not an exciting pick.
Or what the hell's his name? Baker Mayfield. I already forgot about him. I'm gonna take DJ Chark. I don't know what that's gonna look like. If Jared Goff is a poor man's Rams version of Jared Goff, would that make DJ Chark a poor man's version of what Brandon Cooks was in that same offense?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know because Jameson Williams is there too.
That's true. Yeah, but he's a rook.
True, but I don't know. It's an interesting situation there.
I'll take Davis Mills. Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, that's really gross.
That's
really
for the
gross.
birds right there.
Gosh.
When we switch to 10 team, we're going to be in our glory.
Yeah. I was going to say Njoku because Austin Hooper is no longer there for the Browns. So there's a real argument to be made that he could be the second receiving option. in the pass game. I mean, maybe Kareem Hunt.
If he stays healthy, definitely.
But because if you look at the receiver depth chart, it kind of blows outside of Amari Cooper. It's like David Bell.
You don't like Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, Peoples-Jones. So as long as Deshaun Watson is there, I actually really like Njoku at this spot. And I could really use another tight end. There is a receiver I like here too, but I'm just gonna go Njoku.
Okay, sounds good.
Need the tight end more than a receiver.
All right, 2 rounds. Lightning.
Okay.
Lightning picks.
So Jacoby Myers, Jahan Dotson, Naheem Hines, Jarvis Landry, J.D. McKissick, Kenneth Gainwell, Kenny Galladay, who was the receiver I was looking at, as gross as it is. MVS, Tyler Algier, whatever.
At this point, you're just
Gus
looking for
Edwards.
names you know.
Bro, guess what?
What?
I'm taking the best quarterback in the league, Jared Goff. He's got all the weapons in the world now, right?
I'm doing this for no other reason.
Should be better than quarterback 29. Okay, that's all right. Fair enough.
Devontae Parker.
Actually, don't hate
Parker. Don't do what I just did.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate Devontae Parker?
No.
Okay.
I mean, not in the 14th round. I don't.
Mac Jones about to drop 50.
Yeah.
Rushing yards.
That's if he's lucky.
Yeah. I actually think he had 100 last year. Not going to lie.
Wow.
Anyway. Devontae Parker is the guy I took. And then we had Herbert, Everett, Tim Patrick, Mecole Hardman, Odell Beckham Jr., Jamison Crowder, Marlon Mack, Alec Pierce, Raheem Mostert, and Jamal Williams. If I wasn't bored, I probably would have taken Mecole Hardman.
Yeah.
I had to take a Patriot, though.
That makes sense.
And then I'll take Van Jefferson here at 15-6.
I'm going to take my handcuff for Kamara and take my King.
Gross, dude. The
50-year-old man.
Got bored too. That is actually disgusting. That pick. I don't think I could be more disappointed in you right now.
Okay, so 15th round. Who would I have picked? Alec Pierce.
That's right. That's true. I just drafted Devontae Parker. So
yeah, right. So
anyway, all right, there you have it. Another rookie, not rookie. See, I'm so used to saying rookie mock draft. Another mock draft in the books. At quarterback, I have Justin Herbert, Trey Lance. At running back, I have DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers. At wide receiver, I got Jerry Jeudy and Marquise Hollywood Brown. At tight end, I have Cole Kmet. At my 2 flex spots, I got Bateman and Nyuk. And then I have Fields, Sky Moore, DJ Chark, Davis Mills, Devontae Parker, Van Jefferson on my bench. Why is it that when I talk, my body just decides to just go haywire?
It's a good question. I got Kyler Murray at my quarterback with Jalen Hurts. Running back, I got Alvin Kamara, J.K. Dobbins. Receiver, Mike Evans, Allen Robinson. That would have been great in 2017. Tight end, Noah Fant. My flex spots are Darnell Mooney and Adam Thielen. My bench looks like Deshaun Watson, James Cook, Michael Gallup, David Njoku, Jared Goff, and Mark Ingram.
There you go. Another mock draft in the books. This is probably going to be the only 2 quarterback drafts, so
enjoy it.
If you want to know the strategy, just tag this video and then watch it again when you draft in August. The players probably won't be the same, but anyway, we got a lot to get to next week. We'll see you later, guys.
See you.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Champions Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and YouTube and follow us on Twitter @TheFFChamps.